How's it going, John? Got this new product here that I really think you're gonna love, and I'm dying to show it to you. What do you think? Cool, man. Come on in.
All right.
It's fair to say you're an analog tone fanatic?
All my life.
So this is our newest product that enables your favorite analog console, all your favorite analog outboard gear to merge into and connect with the digital world. You can get all of your analog tone glory directly into your favorite DAW, or if you're DAW-less, you can record directly to the internal recorder here. This is the newest piece of gear in the model series, and it's called the Studio Bridge. First off, we're going to start by connecting the direct outputs of each channel on the console to the inputs of the Studio Bridge. For this, we'll be using a TRS to DB25 Snake. Once this connection is made, we'll be able to route signal through our console directly to the Studio Bridge so we can track to the recorder itself or use it as an audio interface. If we're using a DAW, all we need to do is assign the Studio Bridge as our audio interface, then make the inputs of our tracks the inputs from our recorder. Next, let's connect our Studio Bridge to the computer via USB. That way, we'll be able to use this as a USB audio interface. So for DAW transport control, we'll enter the menu on the Studio Bridge and navigate to DAW control. There are options here that will allow the hardware to communicate with whatever program we're using, so just make the appropriate selection. On our computer, we'll quickly enter our MIDI controller menu, which may be labeled as something different, but similar depending on what DAW we're using. We'll set the Studio Bridge as both the in and out for the controller setting. Now we'll be able to ditch the mouse for simple tasks like record arm, record, play and stop, plus scrubbing. So we were able to connect your console plus all your outboard gear and run that directly into your DAW. It took no time at all. It was super simple. So we can use this to get all of this analog goodness directly into the console. But if we want to go DAW-less, because some folks out there do that, we can just track directly to the internal recorder on the Studio Bridge itself.
I love having the option to just do everything on tape, and then once that's over, hook it up to the Studio Bridge, can just transfer things seamlessly into, Pro Tools, Logic, whatever we need. Going from there, just plugging it in was straightforward, had all the inputs and outputs show up. Hardly had to do anything, any configuration.
We've used the Studio Bridge as a standalone multi-track recorder. We've used it as a USB audio interface, but it actually does a lot more than that. We can actually take this piece of gear and use it as an analog summing mixer. So why don't we take a look at how you can do that? If we want to sum our mix from a DAW and use all our analog gear, the process is very easy. Again, we'll turn to our TRS to DB25 Snakes, connecting the DB25 portion to the Studio Bridge outputs, then connect the TRS ends to the console via the line inputs or tape return jacks. In our DAW, we'll assign our individual track outputs to the corresponding outputs on the Studio Bridge. Now we can take this digital production and send it through our analog setup to really sweeten the production. All we need to do is hit play, and now we have signal coming through our gear. To record a stereo mix file, we can use channels 23 and 24. So record arm those channels, and we're all set to go. We can export a stereo mix file that's been recorded to the SD card by entering the menu and selecting Stereo Mix Export. Pretty simple stuff, really.
Dude, thanks so much for bringing this by. I can't tell you how much this is going to improve my workflow and just make things easier for me and just kind of make sessions go smoother. And the fact that we can just, take it on the road, go record live shows or, just do stuff in kind of odd spaces is really exciting. I would love to know what I can call this thing.
It's the Tascam Studio Bridge.
Can't wait to get using it.
Yeah.